Hello everyone, Carolyn here and welcome to today's tutorial. Today I will be showing you my own original design, and this is the Spellbinder bracelet. This is the final bracelet in my magical series. For today you will need 3 looms or 9 pin bars set up in this configuration with the centermost pin bar closest to you, and going up a staggered step, then across, and then up 2 staggered steps. Okay, and in this rendition I used 5 different colors. I'm going to be repeating that today, and I will show you in this rendition our band placement. Our first band placement is going to be the white that you see going along, and I did forget to say this is a reversible design, so if you want to add bling and you are going to add it to this side, you need to add it as we place the bands. If you want to bling this side, you need to add it as you loom. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to take 2 and drop them on my centermost pin bar, and then just work my way around to the edge of my loom. And then once I get to the edge, you're just simply going to work your way up your loom. Okay, same thing, mirror image on the opposite side. So again, starting with your centermost pin bar, and then just working your way around to the edge of your loom. And then up your loom. Get on there, not all of you, just one. One at a time, folks. Okay, and then you're going to continue that. If you are doing a full wrap, I suggest you stop 4 from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 4. Okay, and I stopped 5 from the top on this rendition, and as you can see, if I can get it around, it is still rather tight. So I do suggest going up to the 4th pin bar. Okay, I'm going to go off, finish mine up, and I'll be right back. Alright everybody, so I've made it to the top of my loom, and what we're going to do to close it off is we're simply going to place 2 diagonal bands going up, and then 1 across, and then 1 up diagonally. Repeat the same thing, mirror image on the opposite side, up 2 diagonally, get on there. And you're going to go horizontally across, and then up 1 at a diagonal. Okay. So that's it for that band placement step, and now we are ready for our next band placement step. We are going to be working with the 2nd and the 8th pin bars, and in this rendition it is the brown that you see going along right there. I'm going to be using blue, and I didn't say this before, but please use good quality stretchy bands. I would hate for you to be looming after all the work of placing and having them snap on you. So, okay, so again, single chain all the way up the 2nd pin bar, and again all the way up the 8th. Okay, so easy peasy. So continue that up your 2nd and 8th pin bar. I'm going to finish mine up, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back, and we're ready for our next band placement step. And then this bracelet, it is the Persian gold that you see going along the sides right here. I'm going to be using black. I'm going to be working with the 1st, 2nd, 8th, and 9th pin bars. What you're going to do is simply place a zigzag all the way up your loom. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Okay. A few with you on each side, and then I'm going to leave you and finish mine up and come back. Okay, I'll leave you right there on that side. I'm going to hop over, and I'm going to show you what to do on the opposite side. Same thing, just mirror image. So down at an angle, and then zigzag all the way up the remainder of your loom. Alright guys, so just continue that pattern for the remainder of your loom. I'm going to finish mine up and I'll be right back. Alright everybody, I'm back and we're ready for our next band placement step. And in this bracelet, it is the green that you see going along here, the lime green. We're going to be working with the 2nd, 3rd, 7th, and 8th pin bars. What we're going to do is simply go up and then down diagonally. And you're going to repeat that up the remainder of your loom. So up and then down diagonally and up, down diagonally, up, down diagonally, pushing them down as you go, straight forward, then down at an angle. Okay, repeat the same thing, mirror image on the opposite side. So you're going to go forward, then down at an angle, then forward, down at an angle. If it will stay on there. Come on, yeah. So I'm not wanting to unravel. Forward, down at an angle, forward, and down at an angle, forward, and then down at an angle. Okay, so you're going to continue that pattern up the 2nd, 3rd, 7th, and 8th pin bars to the top. I'm going to finish mine up and I'll be right back. Alright everybody, I'm back and we're ready for our next band placement step. And this bracelet is the white that you see going along here. Okay, you're going to be working with your 3rd and your 6th pin bar, just creating a single chain all the way up your loom. All the way up. 4th, and then on your 6th, repeating that same thing, just laying a single chain all the way up your loom. Okay. Alright guys, I'm going to leave you here. I'm going to go off, finish mine up, and I'll be right back for our next band placement step. Alright everybody, I'm back and we're ready to move on to our next band placement step. And in this rendition, it is the skin tone color going down along the white right there. Right there. Maybe you can see it better now. Okay. I'm going to be using white. And we're going to be working with the 3rd, 4th, 6th, and 7th pin bars. And what we're going to do is create a triangle across those 3 pins. I'm going to repeat that all the way up your loom. Triangle across those pins. Okay, same thing, mirror image for the opposite side. And across those 3 pins. And then working your way, whoop, come on, all the way up your loom. Okay, so continue that for the remainder of your loom, and I'll be right back for our next band placement step. Alright everybody, so we're ready for our next band placement step. In this bracelet, it is the green, the lime green that you see going up the center here. I'm going to be using the metallic green. What we're simply going to do is place a single chain all the way up the 5th pin bar. And so continue that for the remainder of your loom. I'm going to go off and finish mine up, and I'll be right back. Alright everybody, I'm back, and so we're ready for our next band placement step. In this bracelet, it is the Persian gold that you see going along the center right here. And I'm going to be using black, and we're going to be working with the 4th, 5th, and 6th pin bars. what you're simply going to do is create a diagonal going across both those pegs. And you can work one side up the loom and then come back and cross over the other if that's what you prefer. Or you can work both sides, just whatever's easier. So I'm just going to create those diagonal bands, or place those diagonal bands all the way up those 3 pin bars, all the way up your loom. Okay, I'm going to finish mine up and I'll be right back for our next band placement step. Alright everybody, so we are ready for our next band placement step, and in this bracelet it is the brown that you see going up underneath the white Persian, and I misspoke on the last band placement step. I said they were the gold Persian, they're actually white, but we are placing the brown now. Okay, we're going to be working with the same pin bars. What we're going to do is take a band and take it up at a long stretch, and then repeat that on the opposite side. Alright, my OCD's messing with me, sorry guys. Okay, so just continue that all the way up your loom. Left first, cross back over to the right, long stretch up to the left, long stretch up to the right, long stretch up to the left, and a long stretch up to the right. Okay, so continue that for the remainder of your loom. I'm going to go off, finish mine up, and I'll be right back. Alright everybody, I'm back and we're ready for our last band placement step. It is the bands that you see going along right there. They are the tans out of the camouflage pack. Sorry guys, I couldn't think. Okay, what we're going to do is just start on the centermost pin bar and just create a secondary border all the way around your loom. Easy peasy step. Just outlining that original perimeter. Stop right there, and then just repeat the same process, mirror image on the opposite side. So working your way around your loom, creating that secondary border. And this is our last band placement step. Okay. And once you work your way to the top, what you're simply going to do is follow it in diagonally twice, across once, and then up to the center. Mirror image the same thing on the opposite side. Follow it in twice, across once, and then up once. Okay, and then you can go ahead and place a triple loop cap band, sorry guys, right here on this pin. And when I get back, we'll be ready to loom, so I'll be right back. Alright everybody, I'm back, and I have turned my loom around and placed my triple loop cap band on the centermost pin bar, and we are ready to loom out. So what we're going to do is go into our cap band and pull that secondary perimeter back upon itself all the way around your loom. Once you work to the edge, simply work up. Okay, I'm going to pause right there, and then you're going to do the same thing, mirror image on the opposite side, pulling everything back to their corresponding home post. If it pops off, just put it right back on. Okay, so you want to continue this all the way up your loom. When you get to the top, you're simply going to work diagonally twice, across once, and then diagonally up. Same thing, mirror image on the opposite side, so diagonally to the left twice, across once, and diagonally to the left. Okay, so I'm going to finish that up and I'll be right back. Alright everybody, I'm back, and so hopefully your loom looks like this. to the top. And I'm going to go ahead and apologize now. I forgot, guys. We need to place capping bands on each one of these center pin bars. And it needs to be a triple loop cap band. 1, 2, and 3. Just like that. Okay? So I'm going to go off and add a triple loop cap band to each of these pegs all the way up the 5th pin bar, and I'll be right back for our next looming step. I'm sorry, guys, I forgot. I'll be right back. Alright, everybody, I'm back, and I've added my capping bands, and so we're ready for our next looming step. We're going to be working with the 5th pin bar and pulling out. What you're going to do is go in and grab that topmost band, and you're going to pull it down and to the left. Yes, it's a very long stretch, so I hope you used good quality bands like I recommended. Okay, we're going to go up and repeat that. So grab that next band, pull it down at a very long stretch to the side. I'm going to repeat that all of the way up your loom. Go in, pull it back into the side. In and grab your band, grab your band, pull it down into the side, and it should be the pin directly across from the home pin. Okay, so go in, I'm going to do it one more time with you. Go in, pull it down at a long stretch, go in, grab that band, and down at a long stretch. Okay, so I'm going to finish mine up, and then I'll be right back for our next looming step. Alright, everybody, I'm back, and so we are ready to move on to our next looming step. We are still going to be working with the 5th pin bar. This time we're going to go in and grab our diagonal band and take it up at a long stretch. Up at a long stretch to the left. Up at a long stretch to the left. Up at a long stretch to the left. Last time on this side. Up at a long stretch to the left. I'm going to repeat that same thing, mirror image on the opposite side. So up and to the right, up and to the right. Ooh, grabbing 2 bands, up and to the right, up and to the right, up and to the right. So continue that for the remainder of your loom. I'm going to go off, finish mine up, and I'll be right back. Alright, everybody, I'm back, and so hopefully your loom looks like this to the top. And when you get to the top, that last band will be a short stretch out to the edge. Alright, and now we are ready to loom out our last set of bands on our 5th pin bar. We're going to go in and grab that single chain band, but instead of taking it back to the home post, we're going to loop it around those 2 next posts. And you're going to continue that all the way up your loom, pulling that band around the next 2 pin bars, all the way up your loom. Okay, and when you get to the top, it will be a short stretch from this pin bar, or excuse me, from this peg to this peg. Okay, so I'm going to go off, finish mine up, and I'll be right back for our next looming step. Alright, everybody, I'm back, and we're ready for our next looming step. We're going to be working with the 4th and the 6th pin bars, pulling from them. So you're going to go into your 4th pin bar, grab your triangle band, but instead of looping it back to the 2 corresponding home posts, kind of stretch it a little bit, because we're going to be looping it around these posts. So again, go into your 4th, pull your triangle band, give it a little tug, and pull it up around the next 2 pin bars. Into the 4th, little tug, around the next 2 pin bars. Okay, around the next 2 pin bars. Again, going in, grabbing your triangle band, and looping it around those 2 pin bars. I'm going to do the same thing, mirror image on the opposite side. So go into your 6th, grab that triangle band, and loop it back to the next 2 pin bars ahead of it. Ahead from where you just pulled, I should say. in, grab your triangle band, up around the next 2 pins. Again, going up and around the next 2 pins. Grabbing your next triangle band, going up and around the next 2 pins. Okay, I'm going to finish mine up to the top of the loom, and I'll be right back for our next looming step. Alright everybody, I'm back and we're ready for our next looming step. We're going to be working with our 4th and 6th pin bars. We're going to be working the single chain up our loom, but we're not going to loom it back to itself. We're going to pull it up at an angle to the left on the left hand side. Come on, get off the hook. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing on the right side. Go into your bottom pin and grab that band and just loop it to the right on the right hand side. Up and to the right, I should say. Okay, so continue that for the remainder of your loom, working the left side up into the left, working the right side up into the right. I'm going to finish mine up and I'll be right back. Alright everybody, we're back and we're ready for our next looming step. We're going to be working with the 2nd, 3rd, 7th, and 8th pin bars. What we're going to do is go in and grab our diagonal band first. We're going to grab that band and pull it down at an angle. Then we're going to go down 1 and pull that straight forward band up at an angle. And then we're going to repeat that for the remainder of our loom on the left hand side. Go in, grab that band, pull it down at an angle, go back down 1, pull that straight forward band up at an angle. So your diagonals will be going down into the left. When you're ready to relieve some of that tension, you can. Then going back down, grabbing your straight forward band, pulling it up into the left. Going up a pin, pulling that diagonal band back down to the left. If you need to relieve the tension, go ahead. Just be careful. And going in and grabbing that next band, pulling it up into the left. Again, one more time on this side. Diagonal band goes down into the left. Then go down a peg, and your straight forward band goes up into the left. Same thing, mirror image for the opposite side. So we're going to go in and grab our diagonal band first. Ooh, let me grab the right band. There we go. Okay, and that's going to go down at an angle, and we're going to go back and grab the straight forward band and pull it up into the right. We're going to go up a peg and grab our diagonal band, pull it down into the right. And we're going to go down a peg from where we were just pulling at and grab our diagonal band and pull it up into the right. Go up a peg, down into the right, down a peg from where you were just pulling, up into the right. Go in and grab your diagonal, down into the right, go down a peg, up into the right. Down into the right, down a peg, up into the right. Okay, so continue that for the remainder of your loom. I'm going to go off, finish mine up, and I'll be right back. Alright everybody, I'm back and we're ready for our next looming step. We're going to be working with the 1st, 2nd, and 8th and 9th pin bars. What we're going to do is go into the 2nd pin bar and we're going to grab that topmost band and pull it back upon itself. And then we're going to go at a long stretch up. To take our next band and bring it on a long stretch down. And we're going to go a long stretch up, long stretch down, long stretch up, and long stretch down, long stretch up, long stretch down, long stretch up, long stretch down, and then a long stretch up. Okay, we're going to repeat that same process, just mirror image on the opposite side. So you're going to go in and bring this one back down to its corresponding home post. It's the only one that will be looped that way. And we're going to go in, long stretch up, topmost band, long stretch back over that original pin that we looped first, long stretch up, long stretch down, up, back down, back up, oop, oop, oop. Well, let's try this again. Okay, now long stretch down, long stretch up, long stretch down, and lastly long stretch up. So continue that for the remainder of your loom. I'm going to go off, finish mine up, and I'll be right back for our next looming step. Alright everybody, I'm back, and so hopefully your loom looks like this all the way to the top. And when you get to the top, you will notice that you don't have another long stretch down, so just take it to a short stretch to this second, to the end pin bar on both sides. Okay, so now we are ready for our next looming step. We're going to be working with the second and the 8th pin bar. We're going to go in and loop that single chain band that we placed earlier, and we're going to do it just like we did the single chain band on the 5th pin bar. We're going to take it up around the next 2 pins. So up around the next 2 pins. Okay, last time on this side, and then we'll hop over to the other side and show you on the other side. Again, so we're going to go in to your bottommost pin bar, grab that band, and take it up around the next 2 pin bars. Get on there. Again, up around the next 2 pin bars, and up around the next 2 pin bars. Okay, so I'm going to leave you here, finish mine up, and I'll be right back for our next looming step. Alright everybody, so hopefully your loom looks like this all the way to the top. And when you got to the top, you did the short stretch on either side up to the top. Okay, so now we are ready for our next looming step, and I'm going to give you the option. I'm not going to do this step because it seems to make the edges want to frill up, I guess is the best way to describe it. But if you like it exactly like this on this side, it really doesn't make a big difference on this side. But if you want to do the looming roach step right here going along the edge, what you're going to do is go in and pull that bottommost black band or your corresponding color, whatever this color is for you. On the first edge you're going to go in. I'm just going to go ahead and do it, and I'll put it back. You're going to grab that band and loop it up and over, and then you would grab the next 2 bands and loop them up and over, and then just repeat that all the way up your loom, grabbing those 2 bands and lifting them up and over. Like I said, I'm not going to do that on this rendition because I didn't like how it turned out on this one. So if you're going to do the looming roach step, go ahead and do that, or pause me and go ahead and do that, and then come back. Okay, for those of us who are not going to do that step, we are ready to close off our bracelet, and we're going to go in and simply loom that perimeter all the way back to itself. Okay, if I can get it on there. There we go. So again, just going in and looping the perimeter back to their corresponding home post. There's a lot of tension on these bands, so please be extremely careful. Although it's easier to replace the ones on the side than it is going up the middle of your looms, but still want to be careful. Okay, so just go in, pull each one of those corresponding or the perimeter bands back to their corresponding home post. And I'm sorry if I'm not making a lot of sense, guys. It's like 4 in the morning here, so. Okay, so again, we're going to do the same thing, mirror image on the right side. So we're going to go in and grab that perimeter band and loop them back to their corresponding home post. All the way around to the edge of your loom. And then once you get to your edge, you're just going to simply go in and pull all of those bands back to their corresponding home post, all the way up your loom. Easy peasy. Okay, so I'm going to finish mine up to the top, and I'll be back to show you how to close, and then we'll pull it off. I'll be right back. Alright everybody, so I've made it to the top of my loom with my perimeter, and what you're simply going to do is go in to that band, or peg, I'm sorry. Leave the tension if you need to, and just simply work your perimeter all the way back to their corresponding home post. What to do? Okay. And grab that one, pull it back. And again, do the same thing, mirror image on the opposite side. So, to go in, grab that perimeter band, pull it back to the corresponding home post. Go in to the side. And then up at an angle. Now we can go into our capping band, grab our 2 drop bands, pull them up and around, place it on your C clip, go, and now we are ready to pull it off of our loom. And when you pull it off, work from the edge to the center. Do not rip it off. It will break. I promise you it will break. Take the time to take it off the loom. 1 peg at a time. Very carefully. Okay, guys? Alright, I'm going to go off, take mine off, and then I'll be right back with our finished bracelet. Alright, everybody. So I've gotten our Spellbinder bracelet off of the loom, and hopefully your rendition looks like this. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed today's tutorial. If you have, please give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe by hitting the little button below. If you do make one and you have an Instagram account, please remember to hashtag Spellbinder Bracelet Magical Series and make sure to tag me so I can see your wonderful renditions. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. Thanks so much, everybody. Loom on, Loomers. Bye-bye.